Hey, what's up everyone? Merry Christmas. Today I've brought you some Christmas cheer in the form of a Don Quixote Rosinante deck. This is by far my favorite deck in the format, even more favorite than Red Green Law. This is my favorite deck in the game, okay? This deck is so fun, and it makes your opponents so frustrated. It does lose to like certain things, obviously, every deck does, but like for the most part, it's pretty solid, has a pretty good matchup against most things, and I even beat Blue-Black Sakazuki in this video. Was it the best player? No. Were they stalling a lot? Yes. Were they thinking way too much? Of course. But anyways, we're gonna get into the deck list. So we've got Rosinante. He becomes a blocker. Well, he is a blocker, that's his effect. And at the end of your turn, if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, you set him active, which means he can protect all of your characters. Now, that seems kind of counterintuitive because you don't really want to block into your life, but if you have certain cards on the field, you do. So, we've got 4 Ezos, 2k counter, and also on play rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Really good in combination with Law, really good at just resting your opponent's blockers and being able to swing, or really good at countering, so very diverse card. We've got 2 blocker Laws because it's like the best green card in the entire game. On play, you return one of your characters to your hand and play one character card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand, so you just bring something back, play something else like Sugar or Ezo or this Doflamingo or Baby5 or this Rosinante. Lots of good options that are all insane in this deck and work perfectly. We've got 3 kids. Dawn X1 on your opponent's turn. If this character is rested, your opponent cannot attack anything other than character named Eustace Captain Kid. Absurd. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh card printed in One Piece. I don't know if anyone knows that or has really caught on yet. The Kid lock, obviously you can just remove Kid from the field, but we have something that prevents him from being removed from the field. So if you can get this like sort of lock on the board, you can't lose at a certain point. It's almost impossible to lose. We've got 3 Drakes. He on play KOs a rested 4 or less. Really good with Rosinante because Rosinante can play him from the hand. 2 Yamatos, double attack banish. Yellow exist. Also 1k counter, not really much else to elaborate there. We've got 4 Carrots, mostly because she's a 2k counter, but she can also be played with Rosinante in a pinch if we don't have any other level 5s, which we definitely should because we have plenty of them. We've got 4 Sugars because she's one of the most infuriating cards in the game. Basically says you can't play. You're basically forcing your opponent to be uncomfortable, and you're forcing them into pressure by playing differently than they normally would, at least with most decks. If they have Marco, 5-cost Marco, and they just nuke her immediately, sucks to suck, but you know that's gonna happen. Speaking of which, Marco is pretty good against this deck entirely, but good thing he's not being used a ton right now, so that's the good thing. We've got 4 Diamantes, because he's a Doflamingo blocker, who is also a level 5, who can also be reset at the end of the turn, which just makes him perfect for this deck. Blockers that reset themselves, big fan. We've got 1 10-drop Doflamingo because really silly card, especially if your opponent has just tried to dump everything into Kid the turn before. Only 1. It's a flex pick, it's not even necessary, but it does come in handy. It has come in handy, it's won me the game before. It's just a really strong card. Yeah. For Rosinante, I finally built a deck that can use this garbage secret rare that's not actually garbage in only this deck, and this deck only. So, on your opponent's turn, if this character is rested, your active characters with the original cost of 5 cannot be KO'd by effects. They still can be bottom decked, but they cannot be KO'd by effects. So, this means our Law is protected, our Drake is protected, our Diamante is protected, our Yamato is protected by KO effects. Yamato being protected by KO effects feels amazing, because usually people Thanos snap her off the field the second she sees play. The amount of times I've been able to even attack with this card, I can count on one hand probably. So, also, on play, you rest this character and play a green character with a cost of 5 from your hand. So, really strong. He's basically 13 Dawn value worth of a card. He does rest himself, but he also has a good effect when he does rest himself, so it's not the biggest drawback, and your opponent swinging into an AK body is not exactly the easiest thing to remove either. So we've got 4 Don Quixote Rosinante blockers, which this card makes the whole deck work. This card alone wins you the match against Sakazuki because they cannot KO this card and another card with Sakazuki, because it's a really weird interaction where this card will basically save the other card that they try to blow up. So if they target, let's say, Rosinante and this Rosinante, this one will prevent the other one from being KO'd, even if they're KO'd simultaneously. So that's just something to keep in note. That is the main interaction that wins you the game. That's the main just stupid interaction of the deck. It basically creates a lock on the board where they cannot get rid of a certain character, which comes in with Kid. If they can't get rid of this Kid, they will lose the game. There is nothing to say about it. It's just fact. You're going to lose the game if you can't get rid of that Kid. We've got Baby 5, because she's a Doflamingo searcher. She rests herself, and then we can protect her from being attacked into 5 or whatever. We don't really care if they just swing 5 at her, because we can just block if we want to use her again the next turn. So we can use our leader effect to block for her, or Sugar, for instance. Really, 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 really strong blocking for Sugar. Insane. Just absolutely insane if they can't get rid of Sugar also. 2 3-cost Doflamingos, because blocker and on play, look at the top 5 cards, rearrange them in any order you want, put them at the top or bottom of your deck. Probably going to arrange them at the top if they're good. If they're trash, you'll throw them all at the bottom. Also gets played with Kid, also can be played by Eustace. This deck just has so much value in terms of the cards being played. Like, you have 13 Dawn worth of cards, or 13 Dawns worth of a turn if you play this Rosinante, and you have even more if you play the Rosinante into a Law, for example, or you play Kid into whatever. There's just so much value being created every single turn in this deck if they can't stop you from getting started, basically. 4 Punk Gibson, because it's one of the best triggers in the whole game, and also just a good event, and it also rests your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less, and then Drake can come in and KO them afterwards. So really good synergy there. We've got 2 Spiderwebs, sets Sugar active if we don't want her hanging out there, can set this Kid active if you would ever want to, or any of your blockers, or even this Rosinante. Not that you would really want to set him active, because of the whole KO effect thing, but anyways. Sets your characters active, can also be searched off Baby 5, so just a good generics event to use, if anything else. And we've got 1 Flapping Thread, because it can make Kid a 10k character for the whole turn. It can make Rosinante a 10k character for the whole turn. They're not going to be able to swing into it and do anything about it. Or it can make your leader a 7k for the whole turn, and you can block with your leader as well. So tons of value in that card. And then we've got 2 0-cost events that will pitch the extra Rosinantes, Laws, Kids, and maybe Doflamingo that we don't need at the time. So very lengthy explanation, but I'm very passionate about this deck. I love this deck a lot, if you can't tell. Sorry about the rambling in the commentary. If you do or don't like that, great, or sorry. I did live commentary, which I don't usually do, so there's a lot more complaining than usual. So anyways, I hope you guys have a good Christmas, and I hope you're enjoying this video, and if you are, please like and subscribe, and let's get into the game. So we're going to be playing against Sakazuki here. We're definitely going to go second, because definitely don't want to let them go second, but also we just prefer to go second. This is a decent hand. I see 2 Baby 5s, so I'll keep it. He's going to Saka effect to draw 1. I'm going to just go ahead and Baby 5 here. Rosinante is really good here, but also if I bottom deck my 10 drop, I won't see another one. I don't think the 10 drop is particularly useful here. I'm gonna go ahead and get Rosinante and pass. So if he plays all his Dawn first, I'll probably just go ahead and... Oh, he's gonna swing 8 to life, I'm guessing. Yep, swings 8 to life. Just gonna take it, no reason to counter out of it, not that I can anyways. Sugar, which is great. Really, really, really weak first turn from him, so I'm liking the way things are going so far for sure. Let's see here, we've got 4 done. Definitely gonna activate Baby 5's effect again. Get as many searches as we can. While we can. Flapping Thread is good here, but I think Diamante is a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Diamante here. And let's see, I could attack 6, play Sugar. Do I want to keep Sugar in my hand? I probably want to keep Sugar in my hand because you can kind of get rid of it super easily with that deck. I think I'm going to attack 6 and play another Baby 5. Nice, take a life pretty easily there. I'll play another Baby 5, see what I can get here. Probably going to be the 0 cost event because I don't need 2 sugars. And that's really the only other option I have. I'm going to go ahead and pass. So if he attacks my life, I'm definitely going to counter out here because I need to start getting rid of some cards in my hand. He's probably going to swing 6, play Lucci, pop both Baby 5s. Oh, he actually can't play Lucci because he doesn't have enough in his trash, so we'll see what happens. I'm just going to go ahead and counter out with the 0 cost event and a Rosinante. He plays Borsellino. Interesting. Okay. Pretty easy for me to deal with, so not mad about it by any means. So I could play Sugar, rest Borsellino, and then attack into it, which is a pretty good play, to be honest. And then I'm going to attack into it with 8. No point of doing 9, a little bit overkill, if anything. I'm going to use Baby 5's effect again to get... I'll just get another 0 cost event. And I'll pass. Things are looking pretty bad for him. He hasn't taken any of my life. I've got Sugar on the board, 2 Baby 5s, I can search every single turn. I've got 8 Dawn next turn for the Rosinante into Law shenanigans. It's looking real rough for him right now. Taking second from him, pretty much just... yuck. He's playing whoever when... oh, okay, I see. Alright, he's deliberating here. I think he realizes he's screwed. He has to play something that can take out the Sugar immediately, or he's pooched. He's gonna swing 5 into Baby 5, I'm guessing, because he's realizing he needs to get rid of it, is my guess. Yeah, swings 5 into Baby 5. I'm just gonna let it go. I've got another one anyway, if he doesn't Lucci me. But if he tries to use Lucci without using his leader effect first, then he's not going to be able to KO. Oh, interesting. So he did not use his leader effect. He doesn't have 3 cards. So that's probably going to be a scoop. But if he scoops, I'm uploading this video, or this gameplay anyway, because I'm so tired of people misplaying and then being like, oh, I'm leaving. Feels bad, you know? So, things are looking real good for me here. I've got 8 Dawn. I'm just going to go ahead and do 5 at life. Now, I don't really need any blockers on the field or anything, so I'm just going to go Rosinante. And then I'm going to play Drake, pop the Lucci, and pass. So usually I play Law there, but meh. I think the Drake was better to pressure his board. If he doesn't have a board, he can't kill me. If he can't kill me, I'll win eventually. So he misplayed on his Lucci big time there. Literally all he had to do was trash another card, but it's a simulator after all. You know, I'm not gonna be vetting my opponents to see if they've won a regional or not or whatever. So he has a Tashigi on board that's not really going to do anything for him. He can't KO Drake because of Rosinante's effect, so he's pretty much going to be forced to go after Rosinante and KO him. Yep, that's what he's doing right now. Unfortunately, I don't have the other blocker Rosinante that could save him, which is a really nasty setup, but it is what it is. So he's going to play, what, Hina from the trash here, make Rosinante -4, then he's going to play Lucci, KOing Rosinante, and Baby 5 would be my guess. I'm going to go ahead and rest his Tashigi so that he cannot activate main. So he doesn't attack Sugar here, which is interesting. He's oh, he reduced her, so he's definitely gonna get rid of her that way. Let me see here. What's my next turn looking like? Probably gonna use Baby 5 to search into a Rosinante ideally, so I'm gonna let this Drake go, I think. I don't think I'll need it. So he's gonna KO these two, obviously. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. But still got some decent bodies on the board, so I'm not too worried about it. I still have the Baby 5 that could. She's not going anywhere, apparently. Alright, so I've 10 on. Ideally, I search into a Rosinante here, I think. Yeah, probably just gonna do that. And now I'm gonna try to clean up his board before I play Rosinante, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna go 5 into 4. He saves it, which, whatever. It's pretty much fine. I'm gonna go 7 into 4. The reduction is pretty good. He's probably gonna block here. Yep. So now I'll play Korra. Korra plays Law. Law picks up Baby, plays the other Rosinante. And I'll pass with 6 cards in hand and set my leader active. This is a very, very, very slow burn deck, so you gotta have a lot of patience. For sure. Got a pretty good hand at the moment. Use the Sakazuki effect, trashing a Sabo. What's my next turn looking like at the moment? Probably going to be another search with Baby 5. Or just hard playing Diamante after attacking. I could Baby 5 for 2. And then maybe find Diamante if I find, or no, Rosinante. If I find Rosinante, I can play him. If I don't, I can play Diamante and use 1 Dawn to swing, and then leave 2 active for Punk Gibson. Should be pretty good. He plays Rebecca, getting Hina. Plays Hina into Rosinante, I bet. And now he's going to... Not sure what he's gonna do. Well, he's probably gonna use Tashigi, I guess. Yeah. Probably gonna use Tashigi to go -6. Now he's gonna play a Lucci and try and KO both of these. But he's not gonna be able to KO Rosinante because I'm gonna use his effect, which is very niche, but protects against Lucci, I believe. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, he doesn't have the cards in the trash either, so. Rip to that idea. Hopefully he has another KO or 3000 Worlds. He's going to be quite sad. I don't think people realize how important trash management is in that deck. Really need to be using that leader effect. Really, really important. I don't know what he's going to do here. He has to bottom deck it. He has to. If he KOs it, I'll just use my Rosinante effect. He can't attack into it with anything meaningful anymore because he's only got 4 Dawn left. So he could only pressure it with maybe 1 attack at the most. Swings 5 at life. I'm just gonna block 6. No reason to waste any cards. If he swings 10 at law, then I'll just block with my leader. If he swings 10 at Rosinante, I'll also block with my leader. I feel like this is very boring and all over the place commentary, but you know what, guys? This guy is playing at turtle speed. I've been taking my turns pretty fast. I'm trying to keep you entertained. I'm doing my best here. This sucks. Okay, this guy's taking forever. But it is what it is, you know? Everybody wants to play Sakazuki, but no one wants to think like Sakazuki, huh? Crazy. Alright. This mid deck is currently beating you. Please, thank you. So he Hound Blazes my Rosinante, finally, reducing my other Rosinante by 1. Oh my god. And hopefully he's figured out what he wants to do by now, because he's had minutes at this point, so... Swings with Hina. Oh my god, man, it cannot be that hard of a decision. Thank you. Swings 8 into 6 at law. I'm just gonna block and take it. Dear Lord, please. Thank you. Swings 8 into 6 at law again. I'm gonna go ahead and 0 cost pitch a baby 5 because I've got 2 of them. And hopefully that will conclude the most painful turn I've ever had to sit through. Jeez, dude. Thank you. Draw an Ezo, which is a decent option here. I'm gonna use baby 5 to search. I do find a Rosinante, which is pretty good. Probably gonna end up playing it. Yep, probably gonna end up playing it. I'm gonna go 5 into 4. And I'll go 6 into... What's more important to get rid of here? I think pressuring Lucci is better, but he can counter out of it easier. I'll pressure the Hina. Just because he's less likely to have the counters. Yep. Do I attack with my Law? I don't think he has the counters, so I'm just going to go for it. Blocks. I'm going to play Rosinante. And he's going to play Diamante for baby 5. And I'm going to end turns, setting my leader active, because I have 6 or less cards in my hand. Alright, I'm probably going to have to edit this heavily, because the way this guy takes his turns, it's almost like he's had a lobotomy, so... Unfortunate. Merry Christmas, by the way, everybody. This guy got a lobotomy for Christmas. Like, why are you so slow playing me on the sim against Rosinante? Like, for the love of God. You reduce stuff and then you get rid of it. Like, it's just not that hard of a concept, I don't know. Uses Great Eruption, -6 onto Rosinante. Now he's got to use Hound Blaze or a Borsellino. He cannot use a Borsellino as he only has 6 Dawns, so maybe 3,000 Worlds. He's got to bottom deck it, otherwise it's going to be saved by this effect, I believe, so we'll see. Or maybe he'll bottom deck this card and then KO this one, we'll see. That's the fun. Waiting to decide what he wants to do for the next 30 minutes. Alright, attaches a Dawn to Sakazuki. He's gonna swing at life, probably reducing Rosinante by another 1, would be my guess. So that way he can go ahead and Lucci both of these two. Oh no, he reduced this Rosinante. Okay, yeah, figures. I'm just going to go ahead and give him a 2k counter for that. Five Dawn left. Really weird amount, but we'll see what happens. Plays Lucci, gonna KO the 2 and the 1. And I'm going to use his action to save Rosinante, which is indeed something that you can do, and stops that deck in its tracks, because now he's going, wait, what? But what just happened? The Rosinante is still on the field. How could that be? I just KO'd both of them. The sim is surely bugging. But I assure you, my friend, it is no bug. It was just a very unique interaction. Alright, he's attaching a Don to Hina. We're gonna get some movement soon. He's gonna swing 6 at Law. I'm gonna go ahead and probably give him a 1k. I think I just want to end the game next turn if possible. I think it's getting pretty safe to try fairly soon here. If I can save my Law, I will. I don't know if I'll be able to. This Lucci, he's got one more 6 swing into the Law. So, I'm gonna block. And he passes. Alright, well, I should have the game if I attack with the right amount of stuff. I'm gonna start with 7 at life. Gonna go 9 at life. I don't think he's got it, but if he does, it doesn't matter. It's game. He takes it, and I'm gonna go ahead and go 13, sorry. 13 at life, should be game. If it doesn't, I can finish it up with the Law and the Drake. GG. Best deck in the format, by the way. Well, anyways, that is my iteration of Don Quixote Rosinante. I think it's an actually absurdly strong deck. Can even beat stuff like Sakazuki. This wasn't the best player or the best game to show you by any means, but the deck worked phenomenally. Worked basically how it's supposed to. The only thing that could have gone a little bit better is seeing 8-drop Kid maybe. But anyways, if you guys liked, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.